Beautiful people, it is officially fight day. My God, we are finally here. But before I get into it, I am doing a live stream, a watch along for this entire card. So it would be my absolute pleasure to have you on my watch along. Let's get shocked and let's experience one of the greatest fights of our time. My time and your time, beautiful people. Now let's get into it. Fight week. Let's talk about this fight week. It was absolutely incredible. The build-up, the anticipation, the respect, most importantly, between both men. You know for a fact that Canelo knows that Bud is one of the GOATs. And you know for a fact that Bud knows Canelo is one of the GOATs. Two of the greatest fighters of all time. The two greatest fighters my eyes ever saw. I've said it once, I've said it twice, and I'll keep on saying it, beautiful people. Canelo Alvarez, the greatest pressure / counter-attacker in history. Bud, the most dynamic / greatest switch hitter my eyes ever saw. My goodness, we are finally here. And the fight it's going down, beautiful people, in a few hours. I am so anxious. I am so exciting. I'm so excited. I just want to see how it all ends now. I love both men so much. They are my two favorite fighters. And whoever wins this fight, we're going to give them all the credit in the world. And whoever loses this fight, we're going to give them all the respect in the world. If you actually look at my build, like I've made over 70 videos regarding this fight. I've picked Canelo, then I've picked Bud, then I switch back to Canelo, and then I switch back to Bud. And I mean, my first time hearing about this fight, I made a video, my first video ever talking about this fight, I was like, Canelo's winning this. Then I was doing my morning walk on the beach, and I was like, you know what? Bud is winning this. Pulled out my camera and made a video, said that Bud will win this fight. And then I switched back to Canelo. And now, I don't know. This fight is truly impossible to predict. And what about the shape of Bud Crawford? The man looked so dense. The man looked absolutely chiseled at the weigh-ins. And what about the press conference? Canelo won the press conference. Bud won the face-off. I mean, truly, it's been a nip and tuck war when you talk about both men. Canelo said that this fight is a 50-50 fight in the press conference. And even Bud, both of them, that's what you gotta love about Canelo and Bud. They have so much respect and admiration for each other, even though Bud's fans might not appreciate Canelo and Canelo's fans might not appreciate Bud, but not me. And that is why you are tuning in to this platform, beautiful people, is because I will always give it to you straight. And without a doubt, both men are without a doubt the two greatest fighters my eyes ever saw, and they are both my favorite fighters. Canelo Alvarez, the man, outside of the ring, what an unbelievable human that he is. Donating to the people of Gaza, standing with his people, with his Mexican people, with what's going on in the States, with ICE. Refused to take a sponsorship deal from Elon Musk, I believe. Why? Is because the man simply stands on principle. And what about Bud? A family man, a humble man, a great man is the fitting description when you talk about Bud Crawford. And that is why, beautiful people, there is no loser in this fight. And I'm telling you, after my live stream, the moment this fight ends, the first video that you will see me posting after this fight, I will be giving Bud, win, lose or draw, all the respect and credit, and same goes for Canelo. No matter what happens, both men, my opinion will never change when you talk about Bud and Canelo. But honestly, even though I like Canelo more, like him, when it comes to his personality, when it comes to his charisma, and even Bud, let's not be mistaken, beautiful people. The charisma that's oozing out of Bud Crawford, it's been absolutely phenomenal to watch. The growth of Bud Crawford. And Canelo, he's always been that guy, and that is why he is the face of boxing. But I would be lying if I said that I'm not, like, a part of me wants to see Bud do the impossible is because if you go back to my channel, to my entire videos, I always pick the underdog. Why? Is because this sport, what makes boxing beautiful, what makes it the greatest sport on earth, is the shocking moments, beautiful people, when you see the underdog coming out on top. But at the same time, it is impossible for me to wish any harm on Canelo. Why? Is because the man is absolutely phenomenal as a human being. Forget him as a fighter, and forget Bud as a fighter. All these fighters at the elite level, they're all amazing inside the ring. But what makes you truly one of the GOATs is when you combine what you do inside the ring, but most importantly, with what you do outside of the ring. And this is what we are dealing with when you're talking about someone like Bud and Canelo. The moment Canelo donated to the people of Gaza, he forever has my support and admiration. And that is why I did not pick Bud Crawford to win this fight. Why? Is because deep down, even though I would definitely get more traction and more views if I made a shocking prediction, Bud Crawford will knock out Canelo. But my love and respect and admiration for both men so high that I don't have it in me to root against either man. But like I said, Bud Crawford, this fight week, and listen, beautiful people. The man is not looking like a 47-pounder. Same goes for Canelo. Bud started at 135, Canelo started at 140. But both of them at the weigh-ins, they both looked like action figures. And what does that tell you, beautiful people? That tells you that both of them gave this camp their all. And I promise you, you will see, yes, Canelo, his last few performances, far from his best. But I promise you, I made a video about this. And the video was titled, The Real Canelo Will Show Up versus Bud. Why? Is because true greats, it takes them that high pressure, high octane, high stake situation for them to rise to the occasion. And same goes for Bud. Every single positive thing that I can say about Canelo, I can say the exact same thing about Bud. And I wish in my heart of hearts that all boxing fans truly admired and appreciated both men while they are still here. Beautiful people, not only would this probably be Bud's last fight if he wins, and even if he loses, and even if Canelo win, lose or draw, the man got a very few fights left, both of them. So not only are their days numbered when you talk about the sport, but most importantly, tomorrow is not promised for any of us, beautiful people. So let's appreciate both men while they are still here. It's because I don't believe we will ever see someone like Canelo, and we will never see someone like Bud for sure. Love Canelo, love Bud. The more tape I watched throughout the build-up, and I've said this before, I have never watched this much tape before. Never in my life. In the last 4 weeks, I watched every single Canelo fight available on YouTube, and same goes for Bud. I've watched every single Bud Crawford fight available on YouTube. And their rise, the only way to describe their rise is incredible, remarkable, greatness, iconic. So no matter what happens, beautiful people, in a few hours' time, and like I said, please tune into my live stream and watch along. No matter what happens, my opinion will never change. And whoever wins, we have to give them all the credit in the world. If Canelo wins this fight, we're not going to say that he was supposed to beat the smaller, older man. And if Bud wins this fight, none of you can say that he beat a Canelo who was way past his best. And his previous performances should have said that. And listen, both men can knock one another out. Canelo can knock out Bud, Bud can knock out Canelo. Even though Canelo got one of the greatest chins in history. But it's the shot that you don't see is the shot that hurts you. And even Bud got one of the best chins I have ever seen. What? Bud has been a professional for nearly like 20 years, him and Canelo, and we only saw both men get hurt twice? How crazy is that? Canelo getting hurt by Cotto and by Golovkin with that violent uppercut, and Bud by Gamboa and by Meme Machine. And let me tell you, beautiful people, we see it every single week. An upset happens. But both men, more times than not, they always find a way to come out on top. At least but Crawford. Canelo, the man lost versus Floyd, but he was weight drained. And I believe if he was a fully healthy Canelo, I believe he would demolish Floyd. And listen, I think that Floyd is one of the most overrated fighters. When you talk about his greatness, is because the man is what can I say? Outside of the ring, look at Canelo. He donated to the people of Gaza, and look at who Floyd is standing with. That alone should tell you volumes. And that is why Canelo is the people's champion. He doesn't need a belt to become a champion, but Floyd needed the undefeated record is because the undefeated record is his identity. But Canelo's identity is him being the people's champion. I've been to Mexico. Shout out to Mexico, one of the greatest countries on earth. Everybody loves Canelo there, and Chavez. And I actually asked every single person who I ran into, in the streets, in restaurants, what do you think about Canelo? What do you think about Chavez? And most of them, they said that Chavez is way greater than Canelo, but none of them said a single bad word about Canelo. What does that show you? That shows you the love, the respect, the admiration that Canelo gets from the people, not because he is a champion, not because he got power, not because he got charisma, but because, most importantly, he is an exceptional human being. And don't get me started with Bud. Bud is the greatest athlete to ever come out of Omaha, Nebraska. When he beat Errol Spence, that parade, nearly 30,000 people from Omaha, Nebraska swarmed the streets, closed the streets, got a street named after him. They showered him with love and admiration. And both men, not only are they the two greatest fighters my eyes ever saw, but they are two of the most exceptional and greatest humans this sport has ever produced. And that is why my love and admiration will forever remain, win, lose or draw, when it comes to both men. Now, what can we expect from the fight? Listen, it is a 50-50 matchup. Canelo can win, Bud can win. It could be even a draw. Even it might end in a controversial fashion, and I pray to God that whoever wins the fight gets the decision. Why? It's because I told you, beautiful people, I don't care who wins the fight. If Canelo loses the fight and he gets another loss on his record, I swear to God I wouldn't give a single care in the world. And if Bud Crawford loses undefeated record, I swear to God, my admiration and respect for him will remain the same, if not increase, because the man is daring to be great. Him and Canelo, they are defying the odds. They are changing the game. And they are simply the two greatest fighters my eyes ever saw. I'll say it again. I'm nervous. I'm anxious. I am excited. I pray to God, I pray to Allah for one thing, that both men leave the ring healthy to their beautiful families. That is the only thing that I am praying. I'm not praying that Bud wins. I'm not praying that Canelo wins. I'm not praying that Bud can shock the world and knock out Canelo. I'm not praying that Canelo can knock out Bud. The only thing that I am praying for is for both men to enter the ring and leave the ring the same way they entered it. Healthy and wealthy and happy. My God. What more can I say, beautiful people? What more can I say? Bring on this incredible showdown. Forget bring it on. It is already here, beautiful people. Listen, the fight will go down in the morning my time. So probably more than 12 hours from now, I believe the fight will happen. But don't you worry, my beautiful people. Not only will I be losing sleep, but I will not sleep. I will pull an all-nighter to watch the entire card, doing a watch-along from the very first fight to the very end of the last fight. I'm nervous. I'm excited. I'm happy. I'm grateful for His Excellency, the pride of all the Muslims around the world and the pride of all the Middle Easterns around the world, Turkey al-Sheikh, for giving us this unbelievable showdown. Beautiful people, it is officially fight day, and all I gotta say is this: we are finally here. I'll leave you with this, beautiful people. Please, 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 I encourage you to have the same perspective that I have. Let's all pray together, whether you're a Muslim, whether you're a Christian, no matter what you are. Let's all pray together that both men have a great fight, but most importantly, let's pray that both men leave the ring healthy, because this sport is so dangerous. You don't play boxing. Listen, whenever I'm watching my favorite fighters fight, I never pray that they win the fight. I never hope that they can knock out and demolish their opponent. But the only thing that I always pray for is for both men to exit the ring healthy. And especially when you talk about your favorite fighter, whether it being Canelo or Bud, when my two favorite fighters are clashing in such a high stakes, high octane, high pressure fight, this is all I'm asking for. I'm not praying for any of them to win or to knock the other one out or to do this or that. I'm just praying that they leave the ring healthy. God bless you, everyone. Thank you so much for this unbelievable build-up. Without you, this would have never been possible. Never. Because us, you and me, beautiful fight fans, we are the heart of this beautiful sport. So let's enjoy this beautiful fight. God bless everyone. Thank you so much for watching, and see you in my watch along.